G'day.
G'day.
Thanks for stopping by.
Always.
Well, in this video, we are going to be following the Murray River across the border into South Australia.
Literally checking out the border points on the river.
And also checking out how South Australia does the Murray River.
So come and join us as we continue this amazing journey along the Murray River. In our last video, we got as far as Robinvale, just shy of Mildura, and checked into the Riverside Caravan Park for a few days while we worked and planned this next leg of the trip.
If you have to stop for work, this is not a bad place to do it. Very nice. And as you may recall, I was pretty keen to check out World of Parmi. Let's go check out this World of Parmi.
At the Robinvale Golf Club Resort.
Good on your face, mate. With a half a dozen different toppings to choose from, I went with the American. Pepperoni and ham. Not bad at all. Did you get them?
Saltbush lamb cutlets.
So, after a few days in Robinvale, we were really keen to hit the road again. Alright, today we're heading about an hour and a half up the road to Wentworth. Still not really 100% sure where we're going to stay up there, but we're going to have a look. The major thing about Wentworth for us is that it's where the Darling River runs into the Murray. So we want to go and check that out. Anyway, let's head off from Robinvale into New South Wales, Wentworth. Well, we've arrived at Wentworth and we're going to spend the night here at the Lachlan McLeod, I think it's Memorial Park. There's a couple of places here you can stay for the night, right next door to each other actually. One's a sporting complex and then there's this one that we're at, the Lachlan McLeod place. Here at the Lachlan McLeod there is a toilet over the other side of the oval, so it's a fair way from where we are. You can camp closer if you wanted to. We chose to park over here because it's actually closer to the bits we want to get to. So while we're here in Wentworth, we want to go and check out where the Darling River runs into the Murray. There's a junction sort of diagonally across from us. And then tonight we want to nick into town and go for dinner to the pub, support the local community. And again, from here, this is probably about as close as you're going to get with any of the spots here. The park next door, the sporting complex, it's a bit different to this one, where you're in actually a bitumen car park, and it looks like you have to unhitch to stay there. We weren't really that keen to unhitch. It does have the dump point and fresh water there. You can top up your water with your van. So let's head on down to the Murray River Junction and check out where the Darling runs into the Murray.
As we said, it's only a short walk and easy to find. It's quite level. There is plenty of parking down here as well.
So we made it to the Murray Darling
Confluence.
I forgot my new word already.
Oh my goodness.
Where the two rivers meet. And here, the Murray River looks a lot cleaner than the Darling.
It does.
They've got this viewing platform here. Looks about 4 levels of stairs, a spiral staircase, so we'll give that a shot and get up there and have a look what it looks like from up there. Might not even need to get the drone out.
We are now 1,670 kilometres from the source of the Murray River. Well, Paul, we made it to another confluence in the Murray River.
We did, where the Darling runs into the Murray.
Yeah.
There's a great viewing tower here.
It's amazing. Yeah. So there's something that rings beautifully about where the Darling meets the Murray. Don't it?
Yep. Beautiful spot here.
Yeah, it is.
There's pelicans in the water. Gee, how big is it? It's a huge river here.
The Murray is enormous here. It's the biggest we've seen on the trip yet.
Yep.
Yeah, and just amazing. Just amazing. Wentworth. We haven't been to the town yet, but certainly here it's magic.
Looks good.
Then about 500 metres from here is Lock 10, and we were pretty keen to check that out.
There's a track just at the back of where the confluence is. We're not sure where it leads to, but it's a nice little walk here through the grasses, and there's a bit of a, I don't know, swampy thing over there, is it? But it's beautiful little spot here. Nice little walk, nice and even. I imagine with a bit of rain it'll be muddy, but it's just a dirt track that's got a few lumps and bumps in it. I mean, overall it's pretty smooth, just a few ups and downs. Bit like life. This walk does not take you to the lock. It takes you to a place where you can look at the lock, but you can't get to it.
We'll have to go all the way back now, Paul. How gnarly is this tree?
Pretty gnarly. The way to get there is back through the park and on the road. So we are now only 830 kilometres from the river mouth. The height above sea level is 30 metres, and this construction was completed in 1929. Alright, I've learnt something about the lock here that I didn't know. Now apparently they flush this out on a regular basis, like if the boats aren't coming through, and he hasn't had any for a little while, they flush the water out. But the other thing I learned is it's free. So it operates on the half hour downstream and on the hour upstream, or the other way around, I can't remember which one. But apparently you just turn up, 3 sharp blasts of your horn, and they've got to come out and run the lock for you so you can get up or down the river.
Overall, a very pleasant stroll around the lock and river merge.
Then a short walk back to town. Alright, so we've come out to the Crown Hotel for dinner, and we'll see what's on the menu here.
There was a couple of places in town to get a meal, but this place looks alright.
Alright, let's check out the menu. Very nice. What'd you get?
Pork curry. It's good. I've tasted it. You?
Look at this.
What is it?
Mexican Parma. Looks good.
It does. And that was Wentworth. A very nice town indeed.
Today we are crossing the border into South Australia.
And have had to make sure we are not carrying any fresh fruit or veggies. And we have heard they are very strict on compliance here. Fair enough. So we forgot to put our rubbish in the bin before we left Wentworth. So here we are, putting our rubbish in the quarantine bin. Because there is some leftover, I think there's a leftover lemon, there might be half a tomato, not things that I wanted to give away to anyone. We gave the rest of our fruit and veggies to a gentleman that was going to be in Wentworth for a week. Not that there was that much, but these were just the leftovers.
Sure enough, at the checkpoint they were quite thorough, checking the car and the van for any fresh fruit and veg. But all good.
I'd taken care of it.
You had. And then we were on our way, looking forward to checking out the Murray River in South Australia.
And there it is, our first glimpse of the Murray River in South Australia.
We chose to begin this section of the trip in a town called Loxton on the Murray River, and stayed at a riverside campsite managed by Loxton Big Floor Caravan Parks.
It's down on the floodplain. It looks like there is a large unpowered camping area down here as well. The showers and other facilities are back up at the main campground, higher up above the floodplain. It's a long way back to the main camp area up on the hill though, Paul. You'd have to drive it almost.
It's too far to walk.
Yeah.
There are only 6 sites down here, and they do have power and water hookup with a portaloo set up here on site.
But we did get a waterfront site right on the Murray.
And you can have open fires here.
We used Loxton as a base and headed north in the fog to do a bit of exploring.
This morning we are at the Chowilla Biosphere Reserve. Now you can camp here. We did look at coming up here to bring the van in, but we weren't sure because it was it said in the booking thing that you can't take the van, you have to park it in a car park or something. We thought, oh, it might be a bit tricky to do that. So we didn't come up here. However, coming up here, we could see that it actually would have been quite fine to bring the van in because we could have driven into the car park or back to the van into the car parking spots and then just left it hitched up there and spent the night here. But the main reason we're here is to check out the borders. Getting to the Victorian, South Australia and New South Wales borders on the Murray River is not a simple project. The borders are in interesting places, like they don't even line up. Like there's not a straight line that runs up from Victoria into New South Wales. And actually the South Australian border hits the river and then the river wriggles a bit and then you've got the New South Wales border. And there's clear points where it becomes Victoria, where it becomes New South Wales and all that. But it's very hard to get to. And we were pretty keen as part of this trip to check out the borders. So what we're going to do is we're going to go on a boat up the river and check out the border points. Apparently there's historic markers along the way you can see. Now we don't have a boat, so we had to actually hire a boat, and we don't have a licence, so we couldn't drive a boat. But fortunately, Matt from Riverland Cruises has agreed to take us in his boat up the river. So we've hired the boat and hired him as our driver for the day. And we're going to go and check out these border points. So looking forward to that. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. It was a bit foggy this morning, but it's starting to clear now. There's not a breath of wind, which was great. The past couple of days has been so windy and raining, so we've lucked out there, which is great. But yeah, all right, so we're going to go and see if we can find Matt and head down the borders. So if you're going to get your van up here, I would recommend using site 5 because then you could stay hitched up with it. So you're back in where the others aren't quite as deep, and so your car would be poking out into the car park. But with this one, you could actually back your van in there and keep it hitched up, and you wouldn't be, even though you're poking out, because you're right at the end of the car park, it's not going to be in anyone's way. That would be my thoughts on it. I don't know if you're allowed to do that or if you're getting strife for doing it, but I'd probably give that a shot. Or if you've got a smaller van, you probably get your car and van stayed hitched up there.
Anyway, we headed over to the boat ramp and met up with Matt, ready for our voyage up the Murray to check out these elusive border points.
The water was like glass, and we were both eager to get on the water.
Although there was no wind cruising up the river, it was still quite chilly. Oh, and my ears hurt.
We passed a couple of houseboats along the way, and then we spotted the first of the signs.
There it is, with the South Australian Victorian border point on the Murray River.
Then, as a bonus, we were treated to the South Australian New South Wales border point on the Murray. Interestingly, it doesn't line up with the Vic marker. Well, we made it to one of the most famous markers on the Murray River, the New South Wales Vic border survey marker. Did it?
We made it, Paul. Look at this.
McCabe Corner.
And here we are, in this iconic place that would otherwise be quite difficult, if not impossible, to get to.
I must say, there is quite a sense of achievement for me.
And me too.
We took a bit of a wander around just to soak it all in.
This is certainly one of the highlights of the trip, Paul.
Oh yeah. Look at the marks on this tree. You can see where the river level got up to back in 22. I'll tell you what, I've really enjoyed the boat. Might have to get a tinny.
Oh, really, Paul?
Or not.
This section of the Murray has certainly filled out. The volume of water in the river here has increased quite a bit since back at Tom Grogan, eh, Paul?
Oh, yeah. Matt did tell us the amount of megalitres that flows through here, but it just got lost on me. Suffice to say, there's a lot of water flows through. Oh yeah, and now we are about 1,870 kilometres from the source of the Murray.
And just like that, it was done.
Oh, what's next?
The Woolshed Brewery in Mertho.
Sounds good to me.
The Woolshed Brewery is about 20 kilometres north of Renmark,
Or 36 kilometres by river.
and it's definitely worth a visit if you come by this way.
Right, let's go check out the Woolshed Brewery here in Mertho. And although they didn't have any kitchen facilities on site, they regularly have food trucks and pop-up kitchens on site to provide a few options for meals.
Ooh. Oh.
Look at this, lunch and drinks at the Woolshed Brewery.
Sounds amazing.
So I've got a paddle here, $30 for the paddle,
Yeah.
3 beers and a lemonade.
Well, it's not really a lemonade. It's a hard lemonade. It's wine-based.
Pork belly ends, chicken burger. How good's that look?
This looks like an amazing lunch. That's what it looks.
It does, doesn't it? All right, let's get into it.
Yep. And with views like this of the Murray, you can't go wrong.
We've come out to Heading Cliffs to check out the site here. We've heard a lot about this place. It's supposed to be quite spectacular. So pretty keen to go and check out the view of the Murray River from the Heading Cliffs. All right, let's go have a look.
Heading Cliffs is only about 5 minutes up the road from the Woolshed Brewery.
Check out the colours of the cliff face.
And the views here are just spectacular.
It is one of those places where the shades and colours of the cliffs come alive with the sunlight shining on them.
I can only imagine what a sunset would be like here.
We've called into Renmark for a bit of a look around. We were thinking about staying here, but we can't stop everywhere. So this is one of the places we missed out. But we did want to check it out because it is one of the sort of major towns on the Murray. And yeah, it's got a bit of charm about it, this place, actually. They're doing a fair bit of work along the riverfront there. Be interesting to come back in another 6 months' time and see what they've done to it. Really look like they're dressing it up a bit. You can go and have a look at the PS Industry, which is a paddle steamer that used to run the river. I think it still runs as a tour now and again, but we can go and have a look at it from within the Visitors Centre, so I'll go and check that out. And then up the river a bit further is the Murray River Queen, which is an accommodation boat that just sits on the Murray there. So this is the PS Industry. And as I said, you can go and have a bit of a look around and check out the boat and see a few different things.
So you can get on it and it'll go up and down the river, Paul, once a month. So we've missed out by a couple of weeks. It's all run by volunteers, so it was done up by volunteers. It's actually runs by volunteers. It's maintained by volunteers. It's quite a historic thing.
Oh, good on them. That's great.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay, last stop for the day, the Riverland Wine Centre.
Now, whenever you think of South Australian wines, the Barossa comes to mind. But did you know that the Riverland is the largest wine producing region in Australia?
And here at the Riverland Wine Centre, they showcase wines from over 25 different wineries here in this region.
And once again, right on the Murray. Could you ever get sick of these views?
No. And what better way to enjoy it than sampling a selection of local wines?
What do you have, Paul?
I've got the driver's board.
You've got the driver's board.
This is not quite as much here.
Shabby. Looks amazing. Cheers.
Cheers.
What a great day. I think we'll sleep well tonight.
Oh yeah. Alright, so today we're going to go and check out the town of Loxton.
Yep.
Well, bits of it anyway.
Yeah, we're not going to check out the whole
No.
town.
We have Tree of Knowledge here, which we thought we'd check out. And there's also the Loxton Historical Village,
Yeah.
which gets really good reviews. So we thought we'll go and check that out, see what it's like.
Check out the town of Loxton itself, maybe have some lunch.
Yep. So it's only a short walk from where we're camped on the river into town.
For 18 minutes, I think,
Yeah.
at most.
And it seems pretty flat.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's go check out Loxton. Fine.
Found the Tree of Knowledge.
Tree of Knowledge, what's that?
Loxton's Tree of Knowledge. It's all the flood levels. I mean, these are floods often. 1970 right down the bottom there, and 1956 right at the top. Wow.
We're here at the Loxton Historical Village. $12 to get in, $10 for pensioners. So it's not a bad price. All right, let's go check it out.
Go.
Wow, look at that. It's huge, isn't it?
Is that a Murray Cod?
Yes.
Well, like stepping back in time.
The Loxton Historical Village tells the stories of the region's early settlers and their families.
They've recreated the buildings and displays on the banks of the mighty Murray River.
All of the buildings and displays have been relocated or built on site, with most replicating the original constructions from Loxton's pioneering years.
And as you walk around the village, you can imagine what life was like during those early years in small settlements like Loxton.
It was only a short walk into town.
Loxton is a well-resourced town. Cafes, groceries and variety shops.
Loxton is just over 2,000 kilometres from the source of the Murray River.
2,000.
Yep,
Poof.
come a long way.
Tonight we're off to the Loxton Hotel for dinner. Beautiful looking pub. It's got a real charm about it. Oh, check out this fireplace. Oh my goodness.
It's amazing.
How nice is that? It's actually heating it.
Yeah, I can feel it.
Oh yeah. Oh, that is nice.
I don't know where the bistro is though, Paul.
Um,
Ask.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to go in and see if we can get a spot for dinner tonight. We're going to meet a couple of people here from the Avenue Owners Group. No, Avenue Caravanners Group. All right. Keep forgetting that it's half-hour difference here. We've come out for dinner. We booked it for 6. We didn't actually book it. We arranged it for 6. Turns out it's only 5:30. Forgot to adjust our clock. Anyway, so just have to sit here and enjoy the ambience of this place. Beautiful looking pub inside, I'll tell you. It is so nice. Oh, a salad bar. I haven't seen one of those for ages. What'd you get, Wen?
I got gluten-free salt and pepper calamari.
No.
Seniors.
Got a Parma, of course. Well, what a great way to end our time in Loxton.
Love the pub.
Yep,
Good food.
certainly was.
Good company.
Yep,
Thanks, John and Faye.
yep. We have loved how South Australia has done the Murray River so far.
Yeah, and can't wait to check out some more of the mighty river as it makes its way to the sea through South Australia.
Yep. So hopefully you can come and join us next time as we continue to explore this magic river as it makes its way out to the Southern Ocean.
Thanks for stopping by.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.